Hey, Callum here. This is a brand new blog I'm starting. It's charting my training and beginning of racing in Enduro. I've recently decided to swap disciplines from cross country to Enduro, mainly due to the riding I've been doing with my club at university. I'm from Norfolk, so really flat land, so cross country is naturally what I do. But we go to a lot more challenging places. So you may have seen from my riding edits, I've got myself a new bike. I've gone from a Cube hardtail, which I do still have, to a Nukeproof Mega AM, which is such a nice bike to ride. It's going to make these new races I'm going into so fun. So my first one is beginning of February. I'm doing Race Face Circus of Dirt Round 2. A couple months after that, I'm doing Vallelujah, which is part of the Tweed Love series of events. So it's their first one of the year, so that's going to be huge. It's Scotland. It's going to be really tough. My first race is down in Plymouth. I've never ridden down there, so I don't really know what terrain's going to quite be like. So yeah, it's going to be quite exciting. I'm going to love it. So I'm home for Christmas at the minute. Uni's finished for the year, so I'm back in Norfolk, back on the flat. So there isn't really much enduro-ish training I can be doing, but yeah, just generally strength training, fitness training. That's going to be covered. Once I'm back to university, I'll be doing a lot more specific training. So these vlogs are just going to cover how that affects my diabetes, how my diabetes affects my training. So things like, what do I eat before the exercise, during, after, how do I react to different blood sugars, what do I do with my insulins, like raising, lowering, depending on the exercises. So these are things that I'll be covering, but there are other things that you might want covering that to me are second nature, so I'm not going to think to talk to you about them. So if there are things that I'm not talking about that you'd love to hear about, just drop a comment, let me know. If it's something I can make a video about, I certainly will. So I'm going to try and get these vlogs up once a week, just sort of an update on how training's going, any difficulties I've had, just anything that I feel is interesting and you might want to hear about. So they're going to be coming out every week. I'm doing these videos now because I feel this is putting my channel back to what I originally wanted it to be, which is just to help diabetics. It's gone more towards just riding edits. I'm still going to be doing those because I absolutely love making them. So it's good fun. So if you enjoy watching them, they're still going to be there for you. Don't worry about it. But one of the reasons I really want to do this vlog is everywhere I've looked for help and just advice, every athlete I've looked towards is on a pump. That's great, but not everyone can get on a pump. I'm in a position where my consultant's not recommending me to go on a pump, but if I really want one, he will support me. So I'm just trying every avenue because he feels I'm so close to getting it right on multiple daily injections. And I feel that there isn't many people out there doing this sort of thing who are on MDI. So I just feel it is a need that someone who's just getting into sport, whether it's biking or any sport, all the help seems to be geared towards people on pumps, and if you're just getting into it, you might just be recently diagnosed, chances are you're not on a pump. So hopefully this is going to be a great place for you to just pick up tips and just be a bit more confident about going into exercise, because so many diabetics I've spoken to are just, I don't know if it's right, but afraid of it. Just they're a bit too cautious, and I really don't feel you need to be, because I became so active once I became diabetic. I've used it as a really good coping strategy. So I'm hoping through these vlogs you can help learn tips to embrace that and just bring more exercise into your life. So if you want to hear anything specific, whether it's related to the exercise or being on MDI or anything, please just leave a comment. I will try and make a video for you. So I hope you're going to keep coming back and watching these. Hopefully they're extended beyond the first few races that I have lined up, and I'll continue to do these as long as I feel there's a need for them.